Колеги, ми продовжуємо.
Dear colleagues, we continue our working day, and I invite head of the apparatus of the Security Service of Ukraine, Mr. Tkachuk, and he will present a report about their work. Good afternoon. Please allow me to start my briefing on behalf of the Security Service of Ukraine from the statement that we would like to inform broad public about the last 3 days in our work, and specifically about special operation which was held today in Kyiv and suburbs of Kyiv by the main department of the Security Service of Ukraine in Kyiv and Kyiv Oblast under procedural supervision of the prosecutor's office, and in result of searches we found 4 stocks of a weapon in Pechersky and Svetoshinsky districts. We have found anti-tank grenade launchers, 6 Kalashnikov machine guns, 6 gun mortars under peril, grenade launchers, also T-type pistols, and more than 100 kilograms of stones which look similar to amber, and 1 kilogram of substances which externally look like drugs. We can show small video. This video shows special measures, special operation held in the houses where, in line with our information, there was the stocks of weapons and substances. As of today, we identified 7 members of a team which called themselves members of the volunteer group, and the investigation will show why they stored all that equipment and why they preserved all that things in the capital of Ukraine. But we are a bit concerned with the fact that this is not the first stocks of weapons which were found in Kyiv. The last Friday, on February 12th, jointly with the military prosecutor's office, we detained another resident of Kyiv and revealed another arsenal of weapons, including 1,500 of cartridges to machine guns, and all those crimes are envisaged by Article 262 of the Criminal Code of Ukraine, illegal possession of weapons, and also the investigators think that current organization could be persecuted in line with Article 258, which is terrorist activity, because we found not just weapons but also explosive ordinances and explosive materials. Also, we have found during the last week, we found the snipers rifles, several mines, 18 self-made explosive ordinances, and some items of other weapons, and the security service of Ukraine does its best to prevent penetration of weapons from the ATO area to the territory of mainland Ukraine, and we believe that all the weapons should stay in the vicinity to the contact line and protect our peaceful residents from the aggressors. Speaking about aggressors, I would like to inform you about one more special operation which was held by our service. We discovered the agent of the federal intelligence service of Russia. This is Ukrainian citizen, the resident of Ismail city. The video of his interrogation could be seen on our website, and together with other Ukrainian citizens, he visited Maikop, and when he was arrested by Russia, detained by Russia, by the Russian forces, and crime and accused in allegedly violation of legislation, and very soon they were visited by the intelligence officers, where they interrogated them about the positions of Ukrainian troops, checkpoints, Ukrainian forces, and this young guy informed that he was this young guy was engaged into the intelligence activity, and he has got a nickname, the connection channels, etc. These activities are persecuted in line with Article 111 of the Criminal Code, which is the state treason. But the article also provides that in case this person has not committed any crime, then such a person should be liberated from any responsibility instead of 10 or 15 years in prison. But the most offensive is the fact that this person who was arrested in the territory of Russian Federation and thus was a vulnerable person, this was used by the Russian special forces to make pressure on this person. Of course, our agency continues to work on such cases, tries to discover such agents and to prevent any harm to our Ukrainian state. Also, I would like to describe several results of our service which we achieved today jointly with other law enforcement agencies, liquidated 2 conversion centers. The first conversion center functioned in Kiev, and jointly with the financial monitoring center, we discovered this conversion center and found its account in one of the banks with Russian capital. And during the last year, 2014, they managed to push out into the shadow sector of economy more than 300 million hryvnia, and in result of our investigation and in course of our operation, we expropriated almost 6 million of hryvnia and a broad variety of seals and stamps, including the stamp of the tax authority. We have opened the case now under Article of 191 of the Criminal Code, and they may get up to 12 years in prison. The second operation was which was held today. We stopped activities of another conversion center founded by a Kiev resident who arrived from Lugansk, and it served almost 40 enterprises, including some state enterprises. In result of searches in Kiev, Kharkiv, Starobilsk, Milovest, and Nitsa, Luganska, we revealed the evidences of illegal activity, and we seized more than 2 million hryvnia. And again, this illegal activity falls within the scope of Article 191 of the Criminal Code. We will continue to inform broad public about the results of our work. If you wish to ask questions, I may answer. Please ask your questions.
Alexander Bobrovnikov, 1+1. We followed the news on the investigation and Reguloshenko group and several detention during these weekends. And we want to get additional information whether it is detention or whether it is an arrest. Do you have anything about the evidence in these cases? And there are detainees, and there are several people who are related to this case, and they are not on the list of those who are in prison. So maybe we will be answering this question now. Thank you for your question. First, I would like to say that this investigation, we have information on this, and we 12 people of our service died in the course of operation, and included, and the military prosecutor's office conducts the investigation. Maybe they should comment on this. And from our side, it can be some conflict of interests. And I don't have the permission of the investigator in order to go into detail, but our service, SBU of Ukraine, will do everything possible in order that those who are guilty, they will be punished. Not only what concerns the servicemen of our service, but also if people are guilty, they should be punished in any way. So 1+1 channel. TSN service. So who is compiling the lists of those who travel to the ATO area? Because there are some firms who issue this pass for 600 hryvnias. Do you know this in your service? And because there are many announcements such as this and about public transportation to the occupied territory. So for 600 or 700 people are transferred there by buses, and they go to the gray zone. Is this transportation legal? And who introduced this information in the list? And also about transportation of people, is this legal? And the headquarters of an ATO, they are responsible for the verification of the data provided in the applications, and they should find information about their activity, previous activity, whether they violated some rules that exist, and as to commercial services. This, I would say that this is not legal, because any person who needs a pass, he or she should address to the services. There's an internet access. The procedure was maximally simplified, and in our opinion, it should be effective and it should be available for people and understandable for people. And we will verify these facts, but at the moment we can't say that they create a serious threat. We can't say this. And about commercial services, transportation, our service and ATO headquarters, we are interested in legality of this procedure. If a person passes the line and the person does not violate current legislation, we don't see any problems here if it is done in a legal way, if it's, whether it is done commercially or individually. Konstantin Goncharov, tell us please about liquidation of a subversive group in Abalon region, and whether your service investigated this case, and what about the activity in this sphere. So I don't have permission of the investigator to tell you about the details of this investigation. The investigation is on the way. And those people, we talked about it previously, they are in detention, and now there's some measures are on the way. The procedures are going on, and when this case will be investigated, when this case is investigated, we'll inform you on the results of the investigation. And I think that this information about this case can harm the investigation. And on the 14th of on Mikhailska Street, they found 13 anti-tank mines and one anti-personnel mine and other ammunition. And SBU also verified the information about the activists of Maidan and connection of these activists to this arsenal. I cannot remember all the cases that are investigated by our service and by the general and the prosecutor's office, and as 100% intolerance to the illegal weapons anywhere, whether they, despite the hands in which this so this weapon should be only in the hands of people who have legal permission to have this weapon. And in peaceful cities, there's no place for illegal weapons. And so no matter what institutions these people represent, they are all equal before the law, and they should be responsible under this law. First, Chair, I have two questions and a comment. What is this volunteer battalion, what we're speaking about now? This information was provided on the site of the prosecutor's office. We're speaking about Crimea Battalion. That is according to our data. It doesn't include in the Ministry of Internal Affairs and the MOD, but they are in the ATO area now. Some people who say that they are the members of this battalion, they are there, but we can't say whether this is a formalized structure. And as I understood, the candidate, there were 6 people one was recruited. You're speaking about the other cases, I understood. Sorry for interrupting you. So in my corp, they detained 6 people, right? They were brought to detention facility, and they recruited 1 person. Do I understand correctly? So we show only 1 person that was recruited by FSB. And we know that there were some Federal Service of Russian Federation. Then they conducted some meetings with those people and spoke with them, but I don't have additional information on that. But they are in the territory of Ukraine. I can't comment on that. Thank you. Do you have some other questions or comments? If there's no comments or questions, thank you very much. And till the next time, goodbye. Dear colleagues, we end our working day, and the information about the schedule for tomorrow will be on our site in a year. Thank you.